Hey guys, welcome to a new video on our channel, Nash and Tereza, and today is the big day where it's finally happening. So Tereza had to be picked up by ambulance. As most of you guys know, we don't have a car. We've been looking and we still don't have one, and we're almost like deferring the idea. So what we had to do was, the doctor's recommendation was that we had to book an ambulance as soon as something was happening. So I think it's finally happening, guys. The time has arrived. So Tereza had to be picked up by the ambulance. There was two of them which came, so she was quickly seated in, and it took about 15 minutes or so to arrive. And they just took her now, and I still have to wait for my ride, which is Uber. So that's gonna be arriving in about 10 minutes as well. And most of the footage today is gonna be shot by phone or probably GoPro. I don't wanna take my big bulky camera because that takes too much attention. And also the time right now is around 5 o'clock, so it's right early in the morning. So yeah, I had to wake up, I had to quickly get ready. At least most of that stuff was ready and packed up to go. So I hope you enjoy this journey with us today.
Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes.
So what happened was, so Tereza, she's getting like non-stop contractions, but the labor is not progressing as fast. So right now she's not getting the nicest of service, and she's gonna get like a doctor to officially check her. So we're just gonna see what they say and what they recommend. So I just grabbed my coffee from the cafe, and I have to say the cafe is actually really nice. And I have a coffee, for me it's flat white because I woke up very early in the morning, and got a couple of muffins. I just came out of the hospital, so they've decided to admit Tereza because what we didn't share with you guys is she's classified as a high-risk pregnancy, and you're gonna find out the reason why if you keep watching. And in today's visit, what was frustrating is when we arrived in the morning, there was the first nurse. She was not so skilled and she was doing the wrong checks, and she was giving the recommendation to Tereza to go home. So after about a few hours, there was the day shift which came in, and Tereza was also insisting to speak to a doctor. So once the doctor came, he done the checks properly, and they decided it's probably best to keep Tereza in the hospital and to monitor how everything is progressing. So what was frustrating is that the nurse didn't know what she was doing the first one. She was not giving the right advice, and it was almost like we were given a choice to decide if we want to stay in or to go home. And if we were going to go home, that means we had to sign some declarations so that we said that it's our own decision, but we were not getting like really clear guidelines. But at least now, the decision is she's gonna stay until labor time arrives.
So I stayed in the high-risk pregnancies department, which is the worst part for pregnant women in Motel Hospital. I was led through lots of corridors away from birthing area, which were wide, sterile and prison-like without any windows. You enter a room barely fitting two very uncomfortable beds for two women. There was shaded windows with 3 layers of blinds, metal bars and curtains which keep you in darkness. It was May and heating was fully on with no air circulation. For the shower, it's another story. After using it, you end up smelling like rust and blood because the drainage was not possible to clean and it's partially blocked. There was also doctors and nurses frequently coming through for regular checks. The food was typical Czech hospital food of quite horrible quality. The only discussion in the dining room was how the food was impossible to eat. After giving birth, you have option to pay for a higher quality food, which will be shown in the follow-up video. Thank God. After the night I stayed there, the labor was no longer progressing, so I was released and I was scheduled to come back for an induction at 39 weeks period, which is full term. So subscribe and do not miss that follow-up video of what happened next.